And I want to let you guys see something, and it comes from my hometown, Washington, D.C. I want y'all to hear these little boys talk, the cadence. I want you guys to hear how they speak to one another. I want you guys to hear how they have just disregard for human life, for committing crimes. That it's like an everyday thing because they're born into this cataclysm of violence and dilapidation. They don't know anything outside of what they're talking about. And when you hear what they're talking about, you're going to see where all of this comes from. And it comes from the support, pushing, and glorification of single motherhood in the black community. Period. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, Dutch the Creator, and this is not a POOKIE podcast right here on the Black Non-Democrat YouTube and Rumble channel. I appreciate you guys clicking on this video today. We're going to get right into it. But before I do so, I did a video a couple of days ago that's, went a little viral. And I encourage you guys to go see both of those videos. It was a one-part and a two-parter, and it was about this young 9-year-old gangster rapper, right? And he had this song out, and he basically, the first lyrics of his verse is, if she ain't sucking dick, she can get the fuck out my shit. And and from there on, that's what it was, right? I had a lot of people come in the comments section, or mainly people who condone his music, saying that, well, he's doing something with his life, and, he's out there, he's getting shows, he's getting that money, he getting the bag, man. But my counter to that is he's still speaking violence into existence, into our young people's ears. And on top of that, the life expectancy of a rapper, we know that answer. But again, it's a source to all of this, you guys. It's a source. And I want to let you guys see something, and it comes from my hometown, Washington, D.C. I want y'all to hear these little boys talk, the cadence. I want you guys to hear how they speak to one another. I want you guys to hear how they have just disregard for human life, for committing crimes. That it's like an everyday thing because they're born into this cataclysm of violence and dilapidation. They don't know anything outside of what they're talking about. And when you hear what they're talking about, you're going to see where all of this comes from. And it comes from the support, pushing, and glorification of single motherhood in the black community. Period.
The way I'm hopping in with them and they gonna get away.
He's saying he's rather commit murder than commit armed robbery.
Yeah.
You are the dumbest.
Oh, no, you ain't saying armed robbery.
Armed robbery is what we're doing.
No, it's not. It's armed robbery and armed carjacking, dummy.
It's the same thing. That's lower than murder.
It's both of them combined.
That's lower than murder.
That's higher than murder.
But no, you
You're
know what
taking
murder,
a human life.
that's a gun charge. Murder is a gun charge. Possession of a gun, murder, first degree murder. That's like 8 charges in one case. You dumb as shit.
Bro, whoever's the driver, if I know they know how to drive, they gonna get away from 12. I'm bending with them. You hear me? If I feel like the nigga not gonna get away, I'm not hopping in with them. No doubt. You hear me?
He sound dumb.
Just saying, bro.
He sound dumb. You just said you rather shoot. You rather take a human life that you get life with than robbing them. That you get 12, 10 years.
Bro, once you get hit, bro, you don't always survive.
These are not teens, as they say. These little boys are like 9 and 10 years old. And the crazy thing about it is, this is so familiar to me, you know. I used to have a friend. Shout out to him. Hope he comes home soon. But he's serving 50 years right now. He got out in like 2013 and went back in 2014. I remember, because I was driving, right? He wasn't driving. And I'll, be driving, and he'll be like, hey, come pick me up. So I'll come pick him up. We'll be driving. Hey, let's stop around the neighborhood real quick. So he don't want to stop around his neighborhood because we were from different neighborhoods. And I'll sit in the car, play my music. You know what I mean? I don't know these dudes, but I will hear their conversations. And this right here is the conversations that they had about charges and when did you get locked up and what judge did you have? Oh yeah, that judge. I don't like Judge Crowder. Judge Crowder, he gonna give you time. But my judge, he was leaning on me, man. Nah, man, you gotta do it like this so you don't get charged with the double. You got. I was hearing, and they will talk for hours and hours and hours upon hours. And I'm sitting in the car just listening to these young dudes talk about who cases was bigger, what judge they had, what lawyer they got, what prosecutor they don't want to go up against. I was watching this scene numerous occasions. We gotta stop. They say, what's the solution? Stop thinking that we don't need men in these little boys' lives and these little girls' lives. Once we change the mindset of our women and how they choose to